So that's how you secure them. Those are some of the loan terms you can come up with. Finding them, they're all over the place. There's some at MIG. Okay, again, you've got to get to know the people. You've got to interact with people. You can't stand on the wall at MIG and then just leave when the meeting's over. Okay, you got to get to know people. Okay, is somebody going to loan you $100,000 and they've never talked to you before? Maybe, but highly unlikely. Okay, you got to get to know folks. They're there. Try your friends and family. Okay, try your family. One of my first private lenders, I'll be honest, was my dad. He needed a place to put some money where it wasn't earning something like 0.01%. And I secured everything, deed of trust, there's a note, everything like that. Would he call it? I hope not. You never know. Well, you remember that time when you were 8? Well, I'm calling this loan. But yeah, friends, some of my racquetball buddies have lent me money. You know, you just keep talking to them, playing, well, what do you do? Real estate, you know, that's, oh, really? And you find out, never judge a book by its cover. Don't underestimate who has money. Lots of people have money that you just don't even know about. That little old lady driving that 98 Coupe de Ville that looks all beat up, well, she's got $100,000 sitting in a CD somewhere, and she doesn't like the 0.1% that she's getting. Maybe she'd like to get 8 to 10% secured by a deed of trust on a nice house somewhere in Memphis. Okay? Yes, she would. They're out there. Okay? They are out there. The thing you've got to do, and remember that you can't advertise for these people. Okay? Don't go putting something up on your blog or signs or handing out letters and things. Hey, we've got this loan program, blah, blah, blah. We'll pay X percent. You're going to get in all kinds of trouble. Okay? You can advertise for lenders, but you've got to go through all of these FCC rules and everything else and get qualified and all that. It's a pain in the butt. Don't do it. Okay? You want to start with people you know because that kind of takes the FCC out of it. You know, we had a prior relationship. Okay? That's the key thing. If you don't have a prior relationship and you're kind of out there, you know, talking to folks, you got to have, I think it's 3 touches with them. You know, and that's an email, a phone call, and maybe meeting them in person, or a couple phone calls or a few emails, things like that, going back and forth, so that you establish a relationship. Okay? Remember, you're dealing with somebody else's money here. And if things go bad, boy, things can go bad. A key also with private lenders is to set up some type of partnership agreement. I would recommend that. Because really, that's what you're doing. You're entering some type of partnership with your lender. Have some type of agreement as to what's going to happen if everything works out the way it's supposed to. It's a profit split, or you're going to get paid. But what happens if everything goes bad? Can things go bad? They can. Okay, 2006, boom. Suddenly I can't sell this house for what I thought. I can't sell it at all. How do we get out? Okay. You've got to have some way. What happens if things go bad?
Question.
Yes, sir.
With private lender, it sounds like you're saying that it's easier if you're willing to split the profit.
It depends on the lender. I've got both. It just depends on what they want to do. Let me kind of give you some examples here. Maybe we'll I'll answer what you kind of answer your question a little bit more as I go through this. How would you like to get them calling you? Would everybody like that? Take my money, please. Folks, it happens. This is an email I got the other day. Hi, I took his name out, so you can't really. I read your recent blog post on BP and would be interested to discuss potential investment opportunities. I'm a U.S. citizen living in Asia and have done a fair bit of REI on a remote basis. It's real estate investing. So far, all single-family residences, combination of fix and flip, buy and hold. I'm seeking to expand my volume and also diversify geographically, and I'm curious what partnership or other structures you may have done with other investors. Many thanks. Just out of the blue. Emailing me. I get a few of those every other month or so. Okay? Here's a guy, he's living in Hong Kong. Wants to, hey, I have money to lend. Let me see if this works. Let me see if the parameters that I want to lend my money to work for you in the parameters you want to borrow the money for. And I've turned a lot of people down. I'm sorry, the rate of return you're asking for is not going to work for me. Okay? And so, no, we're just not going to be able to do business together. But if you're willing to do this, this, and this, we can probably work together. So does that answer your question a little bit? Okay? You still have to set the terms. Okay? You're driving this ship a little bit too. It's a partnership. Yeah, they've got the money and they've got the gold and they get to make some rules. But it's got to work for you too. Okay? Don't take it just, I got a private lender, yay. You know, I'm going to take it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Sorry, we can't do this deal. Maybe in the future we'll be able to do something. Well, I'll contact you then. Okay? Now, how do I get these people calling me? Because I got involved. Okay? I got involved at MIG. People got to know me. I didn't stand on the wall. I got involved on the board of directors, became the secretary, became the president. I stood in front of the room for 2 years and everybody heard me talk. I started a blog. I started writing for biggerpockets.com. Does everybody know what biggerpockets.com is? Okay? Is it the largest real estate investing website on the planet? Probably. I've got over 100 articles on there. Does that give me some credibility? Yeah. My blog has over 200 articles on there. Okay, again, it's about building credibility. Now, no, you can't go out and do this right away, but in 10 years, remember, I've been doing this since 2003, maybe this is where you can be. You've got to start here and build yourself up to where these people will be calling you. Okay, and it's great when they do, and it's great when they work out. They will write you big checks. Won't they, Joe? Joe's not even listening. Joe, you know the world? It's all right. I said they will write you big checks. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Well, my question is, you know, we all know that the real estate market failed. And I'm sure that before it failed, there probably were a lot of these people.
And some of them got burned. A lot of them got burned.
So, do you see an increase in the availability of private lenders in the last 2 or 3 years?
Here's a little article. You know the parade section in the Sunday paper? I mean, it's really high news in the parade section. This was a little article, More Americans Bypass Banks. Okay? Why? Because banks got so, okay? And so more people are using private lenders. Yes, there are still a lot of people out there with a lot of money looking to put it somewhere because the banks aren't paying anything. Okay? They want something safe and they want a track record. Okay? They want to know that giving it to you is going to work. Okay? The banks are starting to loosen up a little bit, I think. There's more and more banking activity out there. In 2007, man, if you didn't have a relationship with a bank, you weren't going to get one. It was not going to happen. I could recommend you. Man, this is the best investor I have ever seen. You need to lend him money. Oh, we haven't been working with him? Sorry. No, they just weren't going to do it. Now, they're kind of doing it. But the private lending is still out there, and it's growing. There's a lot of that going on. The big boys, you know, Memphis Invest, I know they use a lot of that. Alex Craig, Jeremy, y'all use a lot of that? I mean, y'all got private folks funding a lot of this stuff, yeah.
People begging us to loan them money. Borrow, take their money.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, there's that line in The Simpsons, take my money, please. I mean, if you've got a good track record and can show and can prove that you're going to be a good investment, which I'm going to show you how to do, people will give you money. Start out, though, your friends, your family, try that, okay? You know, maybe Aunt Mabel needs to park some money somewhere, okay? She's got $100,000 that she doesn't want to burn through, but she needs some income to buy gas and groceries and things like that. Well, 8 to 10% on $100,000 is a nice little chunk of money coming in every month. You know, it's a win-win. Aunt Mabel wins, you win. Okay, now you may have to explain it to Aunt Mabel, which I'll get into a little bit, because Aunt Mabel's not going to understand what you're talking about. Okay, but that's on you, the investor, to get that going and get that working for you. But these things happen. I just wanted to show you. This is a real email I got last week. Okay, just some guy in Hong Kong wants to show that. You can get that going for you too. It's just a matter of building yourself up and learning this stuff and get it going. Okay? So I just wanted to show you that as an example. And private lenders, let me tell you folks, they're great. They're great. Once you establish that relationship and get them paid and they get that return, man, they are going to want to give you more and more and more. And here's the thing. They're going to want to start out low. They're going to want to test the waters. Well, I got $50,000 I can lend you. Okay, thanks. That's great. I appreciate that. What if I found a house that was 125? Would you be interested in that? They might say, yeah, we could talk about that. You've just found out that they got $75,000 more dollars. Okay? So there's all kinds of little things like that that you can do. All right. Any questions?